In the heart of a dense verdant forest, the leaves whispered tales of a legendary hunter. This was the realm of Ogushino, a towering figure with muscular arms and tribal scars that spoke of countless battles. Ogushino, along with his best friend Oguntade, goes into the forest for hunting, and the discussions among them will tell how close they are. Ogushino, your presence in these woods has brought a balance. The forest respects you. It's not respect, Oguntade, but understanding. We are all part of the same cycle. The forest, I myself, and you, my very good friend, Ogushino said. In the forest, Ogushino moved like a shadow among the trees, tracking a very big antelope. His feet were bare, making no sound, his focus very sharp. Oguntade, how do you move so silently, Ogushino, without your feet making any noise? The forest is alive, Ore. Listen to its heartbeat, and it will guide your steps, he said. Triumphantly, Ogushino held the antelope with his friend and walks into the village, a testament to his skill and respect for nature. His face bear a mixture of pride and reverence. Walking into the village, a villager said to Ogushino, "Another successful hunt. You are truly the master of this game. You are the master of the forest." Ogushino replied, "Master? But it's the forest that allows me to be so. All thanks to Oluigbo," he said. One evening, while Ogushino was in the forest hunting, he heard a very loud roar that shook the earth. Looking forward with his eyes wide open, he saw a wild lion with his eyes looking dim and dangerous, very ready to devour him as his meal. At first, he feels scared, but at once again stood his ground, his spear poised, his heart steady and focused towards the eyes of the lion. As the lion dived to bounce on Ogushino, he shoved the lion sideways and immediately pierced through the neck of the lion with his spear, and the lion lay down there, dead. He looked down with respect, acknowledging the noble beast. On hearing the sound, his friend Oguntade came out from the bush and saw a lion laying at Ogushino's feet, and he said, "Ogushino, you have proven yourself once again as a fearless hunter." Ogushino replied, "The lion has taught me more strength than I could ever learn alone." Apart from being a brave hunter, Ogushino also possesses a spiritual healing power which he got from a very old spiritual man who lives in a hut around a particular forest he usually go for hunting. At the old man's hut, which was a mystical haven filled with symbols and scents, he presented Ogushino with a sacred amulet, a sign of trust. This amulet carries the wisdom of our ancestors and uses of different herbs for different illnesses. Use it wisely, Ogushino. I am honored, Baba. I will protect its powers and use it for the good of our people, he replied. In the village square, Ogushino applied herbal poultices to a sick child. His touch gentle, his spirit strong. "Thank you, Ogushino. My child feels better already," the mother said. "It is the forest healing touch. May it continue to watch over your family." "Igberumole Adrotiyin," he said in Yoruba. Often Ogushino would go sit under a particular sacred tree, lonely to meditate. One day, as he sits meditating, connected with the spirits of the land, he heard the voice of his ancestors. "We are with you, Ogushino. You are never alone. Thank you, my ancestors. Your guidance lights my path. I will forever glorify and worship Olodumare by always remembering and appeasing your spirits." He says. The next day, Ogushino sprinkled a spiritual water across the village, performing a ritual to banish the evil spirits plaguing the village. The air was thick with the scent of burning herbs, and the faint mist signified the spirits' departure. Villagers seeing this felt happy and said, "The spirits are gone. You have saved us again, Ogunshina." Ogunshina replied, "It is our ancestors who deserved the thanks. I am but their vessel." Unknowingly to Ogunshina, his friend Oguntade was not deeply happy at his victories and how he is always being praised by the villagers. One afternoon, Oguntade was drinking palm wine at a palm wine joint in the village with some other hunters and few villagers, and he was busy discrediting his friend Ogunshina to be a manipulator. "You see that Ogunshina, he is a manipulator and always tries to take glories. It disgusts me whenever I see him." A hunter replies to Ogundele, "He thinks he understands hunting than the rest of us. Just wait and see what will happen to him." Ogunshina, walking towards the palace road in the village, whispers of jealousy trailed him, some villagers speaking ill about him as he walks. Faces that once smiled now showed envy and fear. One of the villagers said, "He thinks he's above us with his powers. We must be cautious. Power corrupts," they said. One day, Ogunshina was prepared to leave for hunting when he came in contact with a group of envious hunters. He remained calm and looked at them even as their faces turned hostile. One of the hunters said, "Why should you owe all the power, Ogunshina? You think you are wiser than us all, right? You think we don't know your manipulative ways to win the villagers' hearts to yourself? The powers and wisdom I hold is not mine alone. It is a gift to protect our people. I can never manipulate anyone," Ogunshina said. He leaves them and moved towards the forest for his hunting. "Watch your back wherever you go, because the battle line has just been drawn," the hunters said. One fateful night, while Ogunshina was sleeping, he felt a very strange wind blew, which knocked him down as he tries to stand up from his bed. In the morning, Ogunshina lay weakened by an unknown illness, surrounded by his closest friends, including Oguntade. "Thank you, Oguntade," he said. "Oguntade, we'll find a cure. Ogunshina, stay strong and get well soon." "I trust in the forest wisdom and in your friendship," Ogunshina replied. By the evening, a herbal doctor came to check Ogunshina, and his friend Oguntade was seated there too. The herbal doctor looked troubled as Ogunshina sought answers. The hut was thick with smoke of burning herbs, creating an air of mystery. "Baba, what do the spirits say about my illness?" "The spirits are silent, Ogunshina. We need to do a more deeper research on the nature of your illness before I can prescribe any herbal medication. I trust you, Baba, but please, I don't want to die. Do all you can for me to live, and I will forever be grateful." "Herbal doctor, put your mind at rest, Ogunshina," he said. "I will do all I can to save the situation. Let me go home and do some consultation," and the herbal doctor left. In the dim light of the hut, Ogunshina's trusted friend, Oguntade, discreetly slipped poison into his herbal medication. A shadow of treachery and betrayal took place. Oguntade said to himself, "Forgive me, Ogunshina, but it must be done, as agreed by the fellow hunters." Ogunshina drank the drink and slept off. In the morning, surrounded by some family members, Ogunshina laid on his deathbed, holding onto his last breath, his eyes closed slowly, his face serene and troubled, as he accepted his fate that death is here already. Elder, looking at him, said, "We have lost our protector. Our guide is gone. I leave you in the hands of the ancestors. They will continue to watch over you," Ogunshina said as he gave up the ghost. The loud cry of agony from Ogunshina's hut gave the signal of his death to the villagers. Villagers all gathered, including his friend Ogundele, to give him his last respect as they lay him to rest outside his hut. Later that night, after the burial, the village gathered around the large bonfire, mourning the loss of their hero. The flames flickered, reflecting the sorrow in their hearts. Villagers, Ogunshina's spirit will live on in each of us. His first son, Ogunmuyiwa, said, "He is gone, but his spirit lives in me. I will be brave like him." With careful hands, the villagers carved Ogunshina's name into a golden plaque, placing it at the heart of the village as a tribute to honor the fallen hero. Villagers placing the carved plaque in the village said, "May this plaque remind us of his courage and kindness." His second child, Ogunsheyi, said, "His legacy will guide us forever." Ogunshina's children, Ogunmuyiwa, Ogunsheyi, and the two other siblings stood proudly before the golden plaque, their faces reflecting their father's determination and strength. The eldest son, Ogunmuyiwa, said, "We will honor father's memory by continuing his work. Together, we will protect our home," the siblings replied. Armed with their father's spear and amulet, Ogunshina's children stood at the forest edge, ready to uphold his legacy. The eldest son, "The forest is ours now to protect. Ogunsheyi, our father's spirits will guide us in our journey."